Afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I don't have a whole lot on the agenda to talk about today, because I think we talked about quite a few things on Thursday and Friday of last week. But I did want to let you all know, thank you all very much for participating in Ondavo Connections. And Meredith, Allie, Josh, and I are working at compiling all of our notes. And once we get a good collection of all of our notes, we can start creating some plans and get some project timelines put in place. Now, there are some things that initially I'm ready to just start rolling out, and I've got a few people that we talked to last week that have already indicated that they would like to be early pilot users. We have, for WorldSpan and Apollo users, we have the iFutures tool, which is ready to start testing. They have been using it on the corporate side and are finding great success. And so I'm ready to start rolling that out, and we'll start talking with people about getting the plug-in done. Now, in both WorldSpan and Apollo, it does sit in SmartPoint. So you do need to be a SmartPoint user in order to take advantage of it. I know we heard a lot of issues with the Apollo SmartPoint system last week, and so I know that there are a lot of challenges there, but both systems are still there, so you could do some, and what iFutures does is shows you the earning commission, the potential earnings of commission on the flight availability screen. So before you would do the ticketing, you would see what the potential is for the commissions. So I'd like to have some people start playing around and testing that. So I've got a few names. If you're interested, please let me know, and we can get Kelly working with you on the WorldSpan, or I'm sorry, on the Apollo side. And then on the WorldSpan side, it'll be our IT. Might even be Becky, but we'll figure out who it is that's the contact for WorldSpan. And then another thing with WorldSpan that is ready and rolled out, in fact, we've got quite a few of you that are already using it, is the complete file finishing and auto ticketing. This is the system that Meredith has been using for years. And so if anyone else is interested in getting that done, it is available now, and we can get that started rolling out to you. So if you're still doing your manually file finish and manually issuing your tickets, with WorldSpan, for sure, let me know. We can go ahead and get you that rolled out. Oh, we've got another person here joining. Hang on a second. I know that quite a few of you have already reached out to Allie and Meredith to participate in the marketing initiatives. So Allie is fast at work, already working with several of you. So we'll continue to go through that and identify some of those regional groups. I've got some names of some of you through the best practices sessions that said that you wanted to participate in some of the regional groups and identifying some travel opportunities that are local in your areas. So we'll continue to build that out. And, that really is about all that I have. I know this is going to be a really quick one since we all were just together on Thursday and Friday. Is there anything that any of you had that you were still questioning or needed some information on? I see that Allie and Meredith are both on the line now too. You can either put it in chat or you can go ahead and unmute yourself. Sis, you've got your hand up. You can go ahead and unmute yourself.
I'm wondering about the computers that we have now that we got from Ondavo. We own them now. They still only if we are away from the computer for 5 minutes, I think it is. We have to sign in. Is there some way to get someone to change that so we can just be signed in for the day?
Sis, you're real quiet. I'm not sure that can you repeat
Yeah, I'll
that?
try again.
Yeah.
When we sign into the computer now, since we own them, do we have to have signing in all the time, because it signs itself out just like before? But since we're the only one using it, shouldn't we be able to just be logged in the morning and be in all day?
Yeah. So you went through the IT session with them to remove
Yeah.
the admin?
Yeah, I still have the admin thing that comes up, but I did go through that. Yes.
Okay. You should not, but I will, because it shouldn't be timing out now. There isn't anything that we would be in control, but there could still be some computer settings that have the sleep mode. And so if the computer sits idle for a number of minutes, then it would go into that sleep mode. But I can follow up with the IT team to see where the settings are on that so that you could change that.
Great, because I was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. So thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And Joanne, I see your note as well. I'll follow up on that for you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, and Rusty? Okay. I'll get that and send it out to you guys so that you have the steps to clear that or change the time that you want to have. I would think that there's probably a setting in there that you can just turn it off, or you can change the number of minutes before it times out. Anything else? Anybody? Any questions? I'm gonna pull up our sales numbers. Okay, Jan, the airline is no longer change fees, but a ticket issued prior to the change. The COVID cancels and not the airline. Do you charge the fee or not? Meredith, do you have a good feel for that, or Kelly?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, the issue is I have some tickets. You know, early on when COVID hit, if the airline canceled it, you were entitled to a refund. But
Right.
if the client canceled it, you still had use of it for 2 years, but had a change fee. So now that they've gone away with no more change fees, how retroactive is that? Like, I have tickets now that did have a change fee at the time, but no longer have a change fee. Do I charge it or not? Does anybody know?
Elin is asking which airline. Are you asking as a general question?
Yeah, it's a general question. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got one on United. I have one. I mean, the bottom line is they said no more change fees forever, but
So is
how
it from that date
retroactive
moving
is
forward,
it?
or was it
Yeah,
retro?
yeah. I just don't know. I've got a ticket I need to exchange at some point, but I'm trying to figure out.
Jan,
Yeah,
I had a bunch on United and called specifically about the tickets that were issued,
yeah.
in
Like in
January,
January,
or even
February,
before
right.
that.
Right.
Yeah, and they said, and at that time, yes, it was change fee, but they said no, and there's no, you don't need a waiver code or anything.
Okay,
We're
so that
allowing,
means that
changes up to 2 years.
okay, so that just means that no matter when you issued the ticket, the airlines that said we no longer change a change fee, you don't charge a change fee.
I guess, but I would
Okay.
call anyway.
Okay.
Per ticket, just to
Yeah,
make sure.
I
But
know.
yes,
Yeah.
that was my understanding.
Okay. And as far as
Yeah.
Kirsten signing out, I
Yeah.
think after 15 minutes, no matter what you do, Kelly and I talk about this all the time. Like, it's supposed to stay on, but it seems like it's shutting off sooner than it does. But I know for a fact that Ondavo has a special security thing to log you out so that it's not active if you're not working on it But I have a general phone problem question because with Teams now, I had somebody calling me and I was working on my computer, but I couldn't find, I thought I opened my Teams app, but minimized it. But the call was only coming in on my cell phone, and I tried to open the app to bring it up, and it takes so long to open that if I didn't answer it on my cell phone, I didn't get the call. Is there any way around that?
If the app is open minimized, it should still ring through to you.
But that appears
But-
like that's, I open it and minimize it, but that appears like that's going inactive too, because for instance, right now, I opened it and minimized it, but I'm on a call now. But had I not, you know, been on this, when I go click on it, you know, which it should open wide again, it has to reboot and completely open, and that takes a while. So
Jan, I've had the same problem. This is Shirley.
yeah.
Same thing. I've had to answer it on my cell phone.
And I don't know how to get around that if we're not if we didn't load it right, or if we're not doing it right. But it seems to not be staying open, and I'm getting calls all the time now that I have to answer on my cell phone. You know, before the other system is with Ring Central, as long as you were signed into your computer, it would still ring on your headset or somewhere. But this doesn't seem to be working.
So you don't get the little box that pops up with the call coming?
No,
Okay.
because somehow it must be signing out. You know, if I were to do it right now, you know, within the next 2 minutes, then yeah, the box will come up because I keep having people try it. And as soon as I reboot and it's up, the box is there. But say it's, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'm still in my system, but I'm not making phone calls, it doesn't seem to stay minimized or open. And I don't know if there's a setting that we need to go in there and set that I didn't know about to keep it open. I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah. Anyway,
We'll
sorry.
follow up on that as well.
Need to get sidetracked on that, but
That's all right.
okay.
Yeah, thank you. We'll look into that.
Okay, cool.
I've not had that happen, but I don't know that I've had it minimized. So.
But even if you're not using it, how do you keep it open, big?
I open it in the morning and then it's just there all day long. And then the little box pops up when I have a new call coming in.
But the box doesn't stay there very long. And if you try to get over
you can adjust the number of seconds that it is ringing to your phone. It defaults to 10 seconds.
So how do you do that?
So we can show you we'll get the steps for doing that. It's in the call settings.
Okay.
So I'll send that out to everybody on Teams.
So, Kirsten, are you saying when it's minimized, the call won't come in through the computer?
That's what they're saying. I've not had that happen to me, but I've not minimized Teams. It still pops up to me, even if I have other applications going on at the same time.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, it would be good to know that, actually.
Yeah.
My
But I
phone's
know
not
you
ringing
can
a whole lot these days, so I can't tell, but
you can adjust the number of seconds that it rings to your phone before it would go to voicemail or roll over to another line.
Right. But that's just me.
Right.
But I guess, Kirsten, what I'm not understanding is when you open yours up, you say you leave it open. So I come in, and when I boot up my computer and I open up my Outlook on one side, and then on my other screen, I open up my Travelport, and then I click on and open up my phone, where does it go? Because I'm working in Travelport on the left and in either an Outlook or on the right, and I never do anything else other than open it, but then it doesn't ring on my computer somewhere.
Yeah, so I log into my computer and my email is always on my right monitor.
Right.
And in my left monitor, I have my Teams open, but then if I open Excel or Word or anything else, I bought between the two screens, but Teams is always active. I don't click on the little
Icon?
minimize sign up in the top left corner.
Right. Well, even if I open it and keep it active,
Yeah,
when I'm in two, different things, I have the left screen is always my Travelport screen, and my right is always my Outlook and internet. And even if I open Teams over there and don't do anything about it,
yeah.
I don't see it on the screen. It's in the background somewhere, but when the phone rings, it only rings on my cell phone.
Okay.
That's what's confusing me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look at that. We might need to
Okay.
look at each of your settings. It's probably a settings thing, but we can definitely look at those and see what's going on. We want you to be able to get your phones.
Kirsten, I've been
Yeah.
changing my setting from the default to the 20-second back and forth.
Yeah.
And a couple of my clients would hang up and I tried it. That 20 seconds is forever
Yeah.
for the phone to ring and ring and ring. And then 10 seconds, you got to bust your butt to get to a call. So it's a shame that there's not a 15-second
15
because
seconds.
there's a big difference between
Yes.
the two, or there is to me.
Yeah.
But but it's not hard to change
agree
that
with that.
particular setting. But the 20 seconds, I mean, I've had one client said, "Well, nobody's ever home." And I said, "Well,
Yeah, it
you
just
know."
rings and rings and rings and
And finally, my voicemail will pick up, but it's a long
Yeah.
time. I mean, it's a lot of ringing. So
Okay.
just FYI.
I noticed that too, yeah.
Okay.
all right. Yeah, we will definitely check into that because Teams is one we're still getting used to. We did find out, I got confirmation today that there is no global directory in Teams. It just does not exist. So we do have a list of vendor contacts that we can send out to you guys. You would need to, if you want them in Teams, you would need to add them in as your personal contacts. But we do have a directory that we will create that will house in Air Portal, and we're looking at getting some shortcut links to it that we'll be able to get out to everybody. We're working around how we can do that, but the global directory just does not exist in Teams at this point. And I'm going to log in to Domo and just see how we are looking with sales. And let me get the Andavo numbers pulled up here. And I'll share my screen. So this is what we're looking for the last 30 days. We've got a good number of, good uptick in tickets coming in. And then a month ago and 2 months ago. So we are seeing that increase. Now this is everything, not just tickets. So transactions, anything that has been invoiced is included in that 534. And then we're continuing to pick up here on the sales. We're 1,155,000. And 75 of you have had at least one invoice that you've generated in the last 30 days. So that is great. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of stuff that you're working on that you just don't even have yet into the system. So that is all promising information. question, how many IICs are we in total? We are 165 independent contractor, well, individuals. So that's counting anybody that is considered an employee or a subagent of a direct IC. So like Ocean View Travel is counted as 3 in that number. Oh, let me get this back up. I missed a question. Question statements in Domo. No, Jan, I don't think you're the only one that cannot figure it out, and we will do another training session, and so I can show you guys how to navigate that a little bit. We've still got quite a few that they're working on the permissions to get access to see those. So I will do a couple of different sessions so that we just don't have so many people all on one session at a time. But the pipeline sales and commission report is rolling out. Many of you already have access to it, but it is a little cumbersome to get through. So yeah, we will do some sessions on that. And the filters will be very useful to you when you do know how, because then when you have the filters, you can filter it down either by a traveler or by a travel type or to a specific vendor. If you were looking just directly at one specific vendor, you'd be able to filter to that one. And then if you're looking for additional feedback on other reports that would be meaningful to you as well, and different ways that we can report the data to you. So I will set up some sessions on Domo. I am somewhat skilled in Domo, but I'm getting better at navigating it. So I'll see if I can even get Josh to sit in, because he is really an advanced Domo user. So he'd be able to help us out quite a bit. Any other questions? All right, so I will follow up with Sis and Joanne and Rusty regarding your timeout of your computer settings, see if there's something we can do there. And then Jan will look and see if we've got anything that states the retroactive date or the effective date of the no change fees for those airlines that are waiving that now. And then we will get some more information on the Teams phone calls coming in when you have that minimized. And then I will follow up with some more sessions on Domo reports and navigating those. All right. Well, thanks everybody. This was a quick meeting, but I really appreciate everybody participating last Thursday and Friday. I hope you all enjoyed. And then I hope you all had great weekends as well and a good week coming up. I am going actually on my first international trip. I leave tomorrow to go to a conference in Mexico. So I will be out, but I will still have access to my emails. So I'll be monitoring emails from there as well if anybody needs me.
Have a great trip. You can forget about us for a few days.
I
You're
don't
allowed
forget
to
about
do
you
that.
guys for even 5 minutes.
You're allowed.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. And when I get back, I'll let you know how my travel experience goes. But from what I hear, Mexico is supposed to be pretty easy to get in and out of.
Thank you, Kirsten.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.